Hello, hello. I've got to remember to turn that off. Welcome, everyone. As you can see, we have a really rainy day happening here today. Well, let me turn this off. Oh, I want to leave that on. Make sure I don't still have an echo. Since I've got the phone camera showing you guys outside, I think I have some sound issues, so I may take that off for now. If you're part of the rewatch crew, you'll see that later today. All right. So can you hear me, Jen? All right. So we are going to get rolling today. I like to start off, as always, with some stats from our member channels and previous guests on the show. I've got windows open today. It's nice and cool, but we also have a potential for a tornado outbreak today. So I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. I hope we're not having internet issues related to that. But let me pull up my handy dandy spreadsheet and share that with you guys, and we'll go over stats right quick. And then I have guests in the green room backstage ready to join us. So we'll get started on that here in just a bit as well. All right. So looking at growth over the course of the last week, let's scroll to the top of the page here. Our friends and channel members, Nina and Boyce at Runneth Over Garden&Life, were at 737 subscribers last Friday. They're at 752 today. Hey, Junkyard Gamer, and hey, Nancy. Again, I've got Jen and Nancy both in the background here ready to come on in just a bit. Woman Outdoors was at 946 subscribers last Friday. She's at 965 today. Hello, John at Home Bartending with John. Our friend and channel member Ordered Steps was at 195 subscribers last Friday. She's at 194 today. My friend Josh Chris at Mind Forked was at 262 last Friday. She's at 261 today. My friend Byron at 12 Stones Ranch, he was at 1,940 something last Friday. He's at 1,920 today. He had a fun stream last night, a kind of a get to know me sort of stream. We could ask questions and learn a little bit more about him than we might know from watching his videos. And I think he's going to have an upload. I haven't checked today. He may have an upload today. All I did was look at subscriber counts. But check out the channel. He may have a new video up today. I may have to shut these windows if the wind doesn't stop giving me fits here. My friend Weaves World in the UK is holding steady at 3,120 something subscribers. Hello, Dr. Lund at Psychology Noir with Dr. Lund. Our channel member and friend Joe Hupp in Australia was at 268 subscribers last Friday. He's at 273 today. My friend and neighbor Nick at Multi-Hunter 24/7 was at 533 subscribers last Friday, 534 today. Tiffany at Mud and Mascara Homestead was at 336 subscribers last Friday. She's at 340 today. I'm going to turn this phone volume down. Hang on. Okay, hopefully it was probably not bugging anybody but me, but I could hear myself talking through the phone. I have the phone. Let me just put that up on the screen again right quick. I just have the phone up so that you guys can see how rainy and stormy it is here today. All right, so Tiffany was at 336 last Friday. She's at 340 today. Devin and Ryan at Our New Land, some other Texas neighbors with property in Oklahoma that they are showcasing on their channel, along with their amazing story of how they met. They were at 656 subscribers last Friday. They're at 711 today. Lazy Days Ahead, Jesse and Lisa, the Everywhere All the Time couple. They are holding steady at 1,180 something subscribers. My friend Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead was at 345 subscribers last Friday. She's at 360 today. My friend Robin at What the Flock was at 363 subscribers last Friday. She's at 366 today. And then my friend Lee from the UK, First Floor Audio, was at 595 subscribers last Friday. He's at 602 today. Our friends Katie at Mayfield Ranch was at 391 subscribers a week ago. She's at 427 today. Rich New Design was at 289 subscribers. He's at 288 today. Again, I think I mentioned to you guys last week that he did post on his community tab a couple of weeks ago that he was having some computer issues and that there would be kind of a hold on new uploads. I didn't check for uploads today, just checked for the subscriber counts. And that obviously has the potential to have an impact on subscribers, whether or not they hang around if they don't see that there's new content. And if they happen to miss that community post, they just might not be sure what's going on with his channel. Jeff and Lorena, our neighbors to the east of us here in Texas, were at from Back to Country Homestead. We're at 460 subscribers last Friday. They're at 468 today. Ronny and Brettany from RB Story, Ronny and Brettany, were at 356 subscribers last Friday. They are at, they were at 388 subscribers last Friday. They're at 402 today. Ashley at CNC Farm was at 488 subscribers last Friday. She's at 548 today. Again, check out the amazing growth that's happening for her. I know she's done a string of interviews on various channels. So the more you can get yourself out there and introduce yourself and your channel to people that may not know you or may not be as familiar with you as they could be, the more you're going to grow your channel at a faster rate. My friend John at Home Bartending with John was at 190 subscribers last Friday. He's at 196 today. My friend Dr. Lund at Psychology Noir with Dr. Lund was at 409 subscribers last Friday. She's at 410 today. Another friend from across the pond. This is my friend Adam Sky from the UK. He was at 81 subscribers last Friday. He's at 83 today. My friend Dino from the Late Late Horror Show was at 90,800 something subscribers last Friday. He's at 91,500 something subscribers today. Dawn Ray B. If you missed the, obviously Richard pointed out to me that all of the interviews I do here are virtual interviews because we're not in the same room at the same time, even though it's live. But I considered hers more of a virtual interview because it wasn't, on a live show. We weren't able to ask her questions real time. Hi, Cassie at Crime Time, Wine Time. So I called it a virtual interview. But if you missed the virtual interview that I did with her and posted to the channel, it premiered on the channel. Was that yesterday? The weeks just fly by and I'm doing good to remember what day of the week it is. But check out the channel to see the virtual interview I did with Dawn Ray B. We had some technical difficulties the day I interviewed her. I recorded the interview. I could only get audio for her part of it. You could not hear me talking. So it just really seemed silly to leave that part of the video in because you couldn't hear me even though you could see me. And so I just created a kind of a new looking video interview out of it. I think it turned out really nice. She gave some very thoughtful and complete answers to my questions. So it's a great opportunity to get to know her. And then obviously I'd love for you to check out her channel. She was at 336 subscribers last Friday. She's at 335 today. And then on the show today, we have Jen from Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve. She was at 548 subscribers last Friday. She's at 561 today. And then for the second half of the show, I have Nancy from Our Treasured Home. She was at 639 subscribers last Friday. She's at 645 today. And then I'll go ahead and go over who's going to be on our upcoming shows with you right quick. Next Friday, November 11th, I have Fat Ninja DM and Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion. Dr. Lund introduced me to David at Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion. He has a very interesting channel. And if you are music buffs at all, there's a lot there for you to enjoy. And then Fat Ninja DM really has a wonderful platform and really focuses on some very important issues on his channel and anytime I've heard him interviewed. And so I'm really excited to have him on the show and have him share that with all of you. On the 18th, my friend Peter Tragos at Lawyer You Know will be my guest. He has recently hit the 160,000 plus mark. And then we'll have in the weeks following, Stephen at Papa's Kitchen, Amanda at Bare Bones Living, Danny at Danny DAYZ Homestead. And then I have a tentative booking with another new UK friend of mine, David Conroy at Conroy Films. And then I'll plan for what I'm just calling it a Christmas stream for now. Rolling around some ideas in my head, but we'll do something fun for that Friday, a couple of days before Christmas. And then midway through the show today, I'm going to show you guys our Christmas Project 2022 video. I would love for anyone who sees it, anyone who hears about it, to participate and contribute some material for it. But let's get the channel of the week wheel spinning, and then we'll bring Jen up. Oops. I'll get this back over so I can get my channel of the week in place here. All right. And so channel of the week, it's just an opportunity for me to share some of the channels that I subscribe to. And I don't have my Eagle live streams on it. If you've missed me say that before, because there are so many of them. I monitor about 37 eagle nests in North America during eagle season. No eggs have been laid anywhere yet, and a handful of nests were lost due to Hurricane Ian. Harriet and M15 are rebuilding their nest, and there is a camera in the nest tree. So I will be posting updates on that nest for sure on my community tab. And usually throughout eagle season, I will create and upload 2 or 3 videos from some of the nests, just as we get further into the egg laying and hatchling, eaglets, fledglings, all of that. It's a really fun way to see nature up close and personal. It can be very frightening and heartbreaking at times as well, but it's a fun hobby, I think. So I don't have all of those nests on this wheel, but these are the other channels that I enjoy, that I subscribe to. And I just hope every now and then I can introduce you to something that may be new to you that you'll enjoy as well. Hi, Kevin from Tuber Chat. Thanks for being here today. And let's spin the wheel and see what comes up today. Obviously, I'll tell you a little bit about the channel if it's something that I don't think you guys will know about. Wild Around Me. So, as the name suggests, this is just videos captured of wildlife and nature around this particular content creator's property where he lives. So you'll see a lot of, again, it's right up my alley since I'm big on the eagle nests too. But check out that channel if it's new to you. I'll get that added here. I'll go back and change my font later. We'll stop sharing this. I'm going to bring Jen up now. All right, and here she comes. This is Jen from Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve. How are you today?
I am here.
So what's happening weather-wise for you? Because I think it's supposed to be worse where you are at some point than we're expecting it to be.
Yes, it is super duper windy here, and they say thunderstorms are coming. So that's what we're expecting.
Yeah, so there's a YouTube channel I watch. I think it's called It's Ryan Hall, y'all. He's a
Ryan Hall,
meteorologist.
y'all.
Yeah, and so as of 2 or 3 days ago, even he was already preparing us for tornado outbreaks, hail, some really unpleasant stuff. It looks like, again, most of that will be east of us, but it has been very windy here today. We've already had a pretty good bit of rain and a lot of thunder, which for me means I am really having to work on some logistics here just to get my chair in front of the computer because the dogs all want to lay around my feet and under this desk that the computer is on because a couple of them are really, really nervous about thunderstorms. But thanks for agreeing to be on the show.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
I'm excited you're here.
We were scrambling around getting wood in and chairs in so they don't blow off the hill.
Yep. I know it's bad when the dogs don't want to go outside because the dogs, like, if they even think I'm moving toward the door, they typically are there. They want to go out. Today, not so much. The flock, on the other hand, though, this is right up their alley. They are water birds, so the wetter it is, the more they love it. But let me get rolling with some questions for you. I always like to ask first, what motivated you to start a YouTube channel?
Well, I started the YouTube channel back in 2006 just to show pictures and videos that were too big to send in an email to family. And so that was a hack back then to send videos to family, is just to put them as private on YouTube and send them the link. And so that's why I started the channel. And now it works out that since we moved to Arkansas from California, that we'll just keep it going and we'll just show, everything, what we're doing week to week, mostly.
So when did you post or upload your first video that you shared privately just with family and friends?
Back in 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I first joined.
When then did you become motivated to open that up and share it with whomever?
I think I had my first song open public. It's the first video that's on our list is open. I think it was the same year, but I didn't really start posting until 2021 is when I really started saying, okay, this is a YouTube channel now, and we're doing this.
Okay. Are you glad at this point? Are you glad?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. I love editing and all the stuff that goes with it.
Good. Do you have a favorite video on your channel or a video that you're most proud of compared to some of the others?
I gotta say our latest camping video, the camp out, is one of my favorites. And then the Homestead enchiladas is one of my favorites for the last chance cookout. That was really, really fun.
Okay.
But I don't know. There's a lot. I like watching my videos, and it's like looking at a photo album,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How we used to go through photo albums.
Yeah, that's how I
just go through this. Yeah.
What's something you always keep in mind when you are creating videos or coming up with ideas for videos?
Something I always keep in mind. I always try to, that's a tricky question. I try to keep our private stuff private. Like one time I filmed it and then I watched it back and watched it back and watched it back and posted it. And then I watched it after it was posted and our address was right there. And I was like, well, I don't know if I want our address showing. And so I had to delete it, redo it, re-upload, and it takes hours to upload out here in the country. And so it's like, oh man. So that's one thing. I watch the videos over and over and over and over before I upload them.
Yeah.
Too many times.
Yeah. And then I do the same, and yet there have still been videos I'll upload, and then after they've had, 50 views, then I realize there's a typo.
Oh yeah, typos.
Or that the sound, something happened with the sound in a weird place. But it's at some point, if it's not anything that really takes away from the overall feel of the video, I just have to learn to let it go. But I can't count how many times I've watched and proofread, and I guess at some point it just all becomes mumbo jumbo in my head. Like I remember hearing,
and then it's a mess anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There was a video that I made a while ago with our first chicks, when we first got chicks, and I didn't know what was going on. I was cutting segments, I was editing, but I already had music, and then once it was all done, the music didn't line up for where I wanted it to be, and I didn't know what was going on. Now I know what's happening is when you delete a section of video, the music doesn't go with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't move along. You got to drag it along, put it back. Unless, there's probably some app out there that knows you want the music to be where you put it. I'm just not using that. I'm using a free version of InShot, which is on my phone.
Well, I learned best by screwing up a few times, so it's all good. What would you like most for your subscribers to know about you?
That we love God and that we want to share the good news. And I'm slowly trying to build up our scripture memory verse songs, which we have a lot. We put Bible verses to music, and that's how we memorize scripture for the kids club at church. It's called Awana, and so we have a lot of those, and I just need to film them because we have the songs.
Nice. I want to say hi to Adam Sky, who has said hello to you also in the chat. Jesse and or Lisa, one or both of them are here now. If I've missed anyone else coming in, sorry, I will try to get caught up on the chat here in just a bit, but always tickled when you guys come and spend some time with us and meet my guests. What's your favorite Bible verse, or one of your favorite Bible verses? I know it's always hard for me to answer one. I have one that tends to be the one I say when I can only pick one, but do you have a favorite?
Right. Isaiah 40:31. They will rise up on wings like eagles, walk and never grow weary, never faint. And then Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Those are my go-to fallback verses.
Okay.
But yeah, there's so many.
All right. So I know you said you like editing. Mm-hmm. What are the other things about YouTube that are favorites for you?
Getting the right music to the right video. I know that involves editing also, but just, learning new things from other people. And these collaborations are really motivating me to make noodles. I've never made homemade noodles. Yeah. I will make noodles. Mm-hmm. And, just all the things. Sourdough, I killed it. Well, I'll keep trying. But it motivates me to try all the things. I really got motivated to start posting videos like when we were in Stockton in California, of me cooking with the kids, and we were doing things off of Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and fermenting and doing all the things that they were doing, making bagels and doing pizza in the sun oven, and just that was a big inspiration too for starting to do things. And so learning new things, trying to be more self-sustainable. My husband does have a job. We go to the grocery store. We don't grow all of our own food, but I'd like to. I love to garden, and that's another big part of the channel, or it will be, gardening. So,
all right.
Not an expert.
I don't know too many people that are, and if they are, it's probably all they do.
Yeah.
If you could partner with any other YouTuber, Like a collaborative video, you and this other
Mm-hmm.
channel or this other person, who would it be?
That's an impossible question.
Are there a little handful of people that you would
Well,
think, wow, that would really be fun to do a video with that channel or that person?
well, okay, Rain Country, Heidi from Rain Country has been starting collaborations, and it's not the same kind of collaborations that we are all doing where we make a video and then
Hashtag
I'll
it.
watch the videos.
Yeah.
She's doing ones where it's like, send me pictures of what you did. And then she does a slideshow of all the pictures from all her subscribers. And so that's kind of cool. I need to get into one of those because she's awesome and I love her. Obviously, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy would be cool, but they don't do collaborations anymore as much as they used to. Anna at the Fermented Homestead asked me to be in that Fall into Sourdough, so that was an honor and a pleasure. Just all of the collaborations that are going on, it's amazing to be even considered. You know, it's like winning an award. Wow. I'm a tiny little channel and I don't know what I'm doing, but yes, I will cook outside and I'll make noodles and I'll try sourdough and I'll make cookies and I'll do candy and I'll do a pine needle basket giveaway. And it's all good.
Well, I know I love thinking when I'm contacted about, and I haven't been able to do all of the collaborations that people have contacted me about, but it always makes me feel like they must think I'm going to go somewhere. They must think people are going to watch my video and I'm going to go somewhere one day. So in spite of what size I am now, obviously they believe in me enough to ask me to be a part of it. So that's really encouraging and motivating to me when I get an email or, someone posts in a comment in a video about a collaboration coming up. So
yeah. And then your phone rings and it's Tony from Kettle Kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, hello. Cool. And then, Jesse calls you from Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and like, hello, you're calling me. This is super cool. It's just fun. It's just a good time. It's good times.
Yeah. What are this is maybe a better way to ask it. I wanted to say, what are your goals for the channel, but where would you like to see yourself and the channel in the years to come?
Well, I think everybody secretly wants to make $1 million, but I'll be happy with 2. That's my joke. I want to rake in 2s of dollars, but I know you have to wait until you hit 100. And so whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as we are having fun and making videos and being motivated to get out there and do stuff, I think that is the ultimate goal for this channel, to share the good news of Jesus in our songs, in whatever we do, how we act and treat each other, things like that, and sharing our lives with our family and our friends who aren't able to just come over anytime they want.
That's totally doable. That's totally doable. Yeah.
And if at some point it isn't fun anymore, then I'll keep doing it, but the kids might not.
Yeah, there is a collaborative effort involved there too.
Yeah, but we're all having a good time, and Steve's getting more on board. He likes to, have his, hi, I'm Steve. And he's here, and he might come in.
Oh, maybe he will grace us with his presence for a minute.
He works at home, so he works from home, so he's in his office right now.
All right. Do you have any video ideas or projects in the works right now? Besides
November and the 12 days of cookies and the something about candy, just what the Camp Challenge Alliance is a new thing that Al Chafe, my back step, started, and so I'd like to do that every month. I love camping, and we haven't been real camping since 2019, where you go someplace and stay there. We've camped in our yard a couple times, and so so that's something that I would like to do, and that's once a month. They do a challenge, just some sort of camping challenge.
Have you done your winterizing for outdoor animals yet?
Well, we've got chickens and guineas, and that's it.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure they're okay. We have a coop. We have got a tarp around it for when it rains, and it doesn't get too cold here. And I've been told that they're okay without any extra stuff, but we've got lots of insulation inside, straw wise or pine shaving wise. And yeah, we winterized the swimming pool. That was something.
Are you on other social media?
I am. I've got an Instagram, and that is Rhymes with Danger. Since I had to, well, I didn't have to, but since I changed this channel, you know, I used to have my name Jennifer Anger Rhymes with Danger because no one could pronounce Anger. And so I switched my Instagram from my name to Rhymes with Danger. And then I'm on Facebook, and that's pretty much it. I have a Twitter, but I don't tweet.
Yeah. I think a lot of us have Twitter and we don't use it. I've shared some links a time or two for other channels, but I don't even know what's going on Twitter these days.
I don't like Twitter. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I looked at TikTok once and ran away.
No, I have not been interested in it yet. I don't know. I mean, I do shorts. I don't do a lot of shorts. And maybe that's part of what doesn't appeal to me is that it seems like it's just shorts, right? I mean, TikTok is just shorts, right?
I think so. I think so.
Do long videos.
But we've got shorts on Instagram, shorts on Facebook, shorts on YouTube. I don't need any more shorts.
No, I just don't want to be limited to that. And hello to Joe Hupp. Thanks for coming in today. Joe is our newest channel member, and I'm tickled to see you here. Let's see. Do you consider yourself more artistic or more analytical?
Oh, definitely artistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a...
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. And
let me think about that.
Yeah.
Let me analyze that.
It may depend on what the situation calls for, huh?
Yeah, it does.
So if you were going to be stranded on an island for some reason, but you knew ahead of time and you could take 3 things with you, what 3 things would you take?
There's the high school version that, you know, you used to have to answer this question. And then there's the more realistic version now. It's like, well, I would bring, you know, a ferro rod to start a fire and, you know, things like that. But it used to be, you know, my Bible, my guitar, and I guess a pocket knife. Yeah.
Okay. Are you reading anything right now?
Yeah.
Are you reading any? Are you a reader?
I am a reader. I read. Well, I used to be a reader. I read a lot of kids' books
in all your spare time. Yeah.
Yeah, I read all the kids' books now. I'm in a Bible study right now, and we're reading Known. It's about Jesus as the Good Shepherd. That's really good. And I have a couple of books on the Kindle that I look at every now and then, but nothing like, you know, Lord of the Rings or anything, which is good. And I have read it.
Do you have a favorite author or a favorite book?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the Lord of the Rings, all the Chronicles of Narnia. And then on a more recent note, Ted Dekker. I don't know if you've heard of him. He writes kind of Christian science, scary, very cool.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Ted Dekker. Is he a new author or he's just somebody you...
No, he's been around for a few years.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of decades, I'd say.
I'm always looking for new stuff. And I love the mystery, you know, kind of genre. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. You would like Ted Dekker.
Yeah, I'll check him out. I know I didn't ask you before I brought you on, but I'm hoping you will sing something for us.
I could sing something. I don't know how it's going to come across. I'm looking at my YouTube over here, and I'm really choppy.
The sound is coming out good. The video does look a little bit fuzzy here and there, but the sound has been steady and even, and I'd love for you to sing something for us, and you can choose what it is.
All right. Here's the funny thing, and I think I've said this on a previous live I was on. I can't find any of my music, so I have to go off memory.
Oh.
Imagine that.
That's harder to do the older you get, isn't it?
It sure is. I've got stacks and stacks of worship music from my days in being in bands and worship leading and churches and youth groups. I've got binders and binders and stacks of those, but I can't find my originals, and it's really not good.
Next time you
But
guys move somewhere, you'll come across it.
we're not moving again.
Oh, well, then I guess you won't come across it.
I just have to unpack the base.
That's usually the only time I discover something that I've not been able to find in a long time is if we're packing things to move, and then I just happen to go through enough boxes of stuff that I don't know what's in it and think, oh my gosh, there's all that stuff that I couldn't remember about.
Well, yeah, thank you to you and this. I was looking for my music in my closet, and I found my sweatshirts for fall. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, serendipity.
Thanks for that. But I don't know. Can you hear the guitar through the AirPods?
I can hear it.
Does that sound good? All right. I could do the theme song. Been working on that. It's still the same. There's nothing different about it. But this is a song that I wrote in high school. And I think I might have sung it once, but I have never been on your show, so it's new for here. I would like to say, just because it's really in the front of my mind and on my heart right now. My grandfather passed away yesterday, and he was 92, and he's in heaven. He's at peace, and he's with Jesus right now, and so I'm really thankful for that. And so it's hard being out here in Arkansas, not in California, where all my family is.
What was his first name?
Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will be on my prayer list. You guys will all be on my prayer list.
Oh, thank you very much.
That.
Yeah, but this song is called "Gotta Keep Dancing," and I remember he and my grandmother, who's still alive, just dancing in the living room, and you got to keep dancing through good times and bad. And so I wrote this in high school, not knowing that I would someday have Good Times Homestead YouTube channel, and it goes like this, if I could say. And it's based on a book called "Gotta Keep Dancing" by Tim Hansel. Gotta keep dancing to the song the Lord has given. Gotta keep moving to the beat His Spirit brings. Gotta keep dancing to the rhythm of the Savior, and all the while I'll sing of the love of God. When things don't look too bright, nothing seems to be going right, just feel the rhythm in your heart, and you know the Lord will do His part. Gotta keep dancing to the song the Lord has given. Gotta keep moving to the beat His Spirit brings. Gotta keep dancing to the rhythm of the Savior, and all the while I'll sing of the love of God. And all the while I'll sing of the love of God. And all the while I'll sing of the love of God.
Very nice. And you wrote that in high school?
Yeah, I was 16 or 17, and I was given the book by my folks to read, and it was written by their youth group. It was an expedition leader, and the backpacking into the woods when you're in high school, solo kind of deals. And he founded an organization, and he wrote this book after he was in an accident and paralyzed, and couldn't dance anymore. But you got to keep dancing. So.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. How early did you start writing music?
Probably when I was 14. That's when I learned to play the guitar. I taught myself, and my folks helped, and I just got a book of chords and started teaching myself. I would sit in my room and play the guitar. I thought so.
Are the kids musically inclined?
They are.
So, have I missed it? Have you guys done a musical thing on the channel? All of you doing something musical?
There's a couple of videos of me singing with River, and there's Connor's on there doing one, and I have a playlist called Singing Some Songs.
Okay.
Well, now it's called Good Tunes, Singing Some Songs. So we've got good food, good tunes, good news, and yeah.
Nice. Well, that was wonderful. That was beautiful. I'm
Thanks.
sorry. There are a lot
Thanks.
of condolences coming your way in the
Oh,
chat.
thank
So
you,
I know
everybody. Thank
everyone
you.
is hurting along with you. And so, are you not going to be able to get away to attend a memorial service or a funeral? Or
I was able to travel to California in August and see him, and that was one of the main goals of the trip was to see them one more time because we knew it was going to be probably this year. So I don't think I'll be going back. It
okay,
depends. We'll see.
okay,
I don't think there's going to be a big thing. They were real special, private people, and he was 92, and he was wanting to go home to be with Jesus for a long time.
okay.
So we're at peace, and he's at peace, but it's still hard.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't
Yeah,
get over missing someone, even when there's a lot to celebrate about their life.
right.
Um, so I'm opening chat to any questions for Jen. Does anyone have questions for Jen? Jen, do you have questions?
I have no questions.
Okay. Oh, what a nice, peaceful place to be. And let me make sure I haven't missed anyone else coming in. So Joe had to leave. So Joe says goodbye.
My favorite mod father is Jesse, obviously.
Is that not everybody's favorite mod father? And it's funny, when I first met so many of the homesteading channels, it was obvious that everyone knew him and he knew everyone. He knew everyone's first names. I remember being kind of intimidated and overwhelmed, that I would see all these channel names, some that I had seen many times, but I didn't remember. Oh my gosh, that's Mitchell at Hendry, I thought, oh my gosh, how do you ever learn all of the names of the people that go with this? But I could tell he knew all of the names. He knew all of the real people names to go with the channels. And I thought, I want to get at least half that familiar with everybody at some point. So
I'm getting pretty good at it, but every now and then I have to sneak into the back and go to the about page, and hopefully it's there. And if it's not, I go to a video really quick, and maybe it's there. And it's like, hey, Nick.
Yeah. And I have had to break down a time or two and just say, I'm sorry, you're going to have to remind me what your name is. Cause I like to call people by their names and not just their channel name. Maybe when you're brand new, maybe people, maybe a brand new channel would want you to focus more on the channel name so that it's in your brain. But I think after a while, it's just nice, to have more of a relationship with somebody and use their real name. So tell me how old your kids are.
Connor is 11. River is 9. He just turned 9, and Ember is 5.5.
Oh yeah, don't forget that part.
Don't forget the half.
Yeah, don't let her hear you forget it anyway. Right. And how many chickens do you have?
A lot. We had more. We lost some. They tried to keep each other warm and piled on top of each other. But we have 11, no, now 10, because we lost Doc. 10 chickens, 10 guineas, and 4 more chickens. So 14 chickens and 10 guineas.
And are you only raising birds for eggs, or do you raise meat birds?
No, right now it's just for eggs.
Okay.
Just for
do
eggs.
You have plans for meat animals at some point?
Nope.
Okay.
No. We try to eat plant-based, but it doesn't work all the time.
Okay. And what kind of work does Steve do outside the home?
He works for FedEx. So he's a behind-the-scenes kind of guy.
Okay.
At FedEx. Yeah. Okay. He's in the headquarters here. That's one of the reasons we moved here, is because of where the FedEx headquarters was.
Okay. And that seems like a good, it's never going to go anywhere job. Like that's always going to be needed. So that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a blessing. So were you born in California?
I was.
Okay.
We all were, all of us.
And you moved to Arkansas when?
Just last year.
Okay.
Okay.
So that
we got here about August 1st.
Okay. So it sort of corresponds with when you decided to flip the switch and let other people in on your video creations?
Yeah. Well, we started in 2020, back when everybody was doing it, you know, and it's like you didn't have anything to do and you're home.
Right.
You might as well video it.
Right.
You know, but we homeschool anyway, so we're home anyway. So it just, yeah, it all worked out.
Right. You speak any other languages?
Sí, español, un poco.
Okay. Enough to ask for where the bathroom is and
enough. I led a vacation Bible school in Mexico by myself without a translator.
Okay, that's more Spanish than I know then.
But the kids helped a lot, you know, the kids at the school.
Okay, nice. All right, so any questions for Jen before I turn her loose and we get our second half of the show started? I don't see questions. I do see thank yous for the song. I want to thank you again for the song. And I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but to me, that's a part of you. I just automatically associate that with you playing and singing. And so
it is
in the back of my mind, I just thought I'm going to have her do a song. And then I thought, oh, maybe I should have asked her.
You did ask me.
Wanted to do, I mean, before you're on the camera, maybe. Or did
no,
I?
You did ask me.
Did I ask? Okay, I didn't remember that I asked you. Okay,
that's why I was looking for my music. I was like,
oh, okay, good. All right, I totally forgot that I had already brought it up. As soon as today started, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna spring it on her. We're gonna see what happens. Worst thing that can happen is she'll say she can't do it or she doesn't want to do it. So, but thank you for blessing us with that.
I was fully, partially prepared.
All right. And I think your recent camping challenge video is one that I shared on the community tab. So you guys check that out. I'll be watching for some more of those. But I'll let you go. I'm going to play my little Christmas collab video so that everyone will know about that. I'd really love for you guys to be a part of that. It's interesting you pointed out Rain Country, the collaboration she's going to do with people sending her stuff, because that's what I envisioned for this. And I thought about this last year, but we weren't real well known last year anyway. And I just didn't have, I was working full time. I don't feel like I really sat down and thought about what I wanted it to be before, the holiday came and went. But this year I knew this is something I wanted to do. And so we're going to try to do something like that with anybody that sees this video. So I'll let you go. Be blessed. Love you and the family. Thank you for agreeing to be on the show. Again, thank you for the song. Condolences on the loss of your family member. And I'll be watching you grow. You're going to be forever now on my little spreadsheet so we can.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Take care. I'll let you go. Bye. All right, so right quick, I want to show you guys the Christmas project video. Maybe you've seen it. I hope you've seen it. I know it's gotten some views, but this is just a collaboration we want to do with really anybody who follows the channel, anyone that watches videos and feels like a part of our little RichKatRanch family. And hello, Beverly Moffitt. Thanks for being here today. So this is just a short video. I hope it gives you kind of a feel for what it is I want to do. Obviously, if you want to participate and you have questions, I've got an email address in the description for the video. And I'm happy to answer questions so that you can be a part of it. And if this works, I'd love to think this is a tradition that we will carry into every holiday season coming up. So let me play this. I'm going to share my screen and play this video for you guys. I hope, wait, let's share the screen first. I hope you can hear it, but even if you can't hear it, although I did try to pick some music that I thought was pretty sweet with it. All right, so let me play this for you guys, and then we will bring Nancy up and meet another content creator. All right. Come on, come on, come on. All right, so the details for that are in the description of the video. And then I have a pinned comment here in the chat for all the nitty gritty about it. Obviously, again, this is the first time we will have done anything like this. So I'm sure I'll learn as I go. But I would love for you all, I'd love for all of you to submit something. And just to sum it up, the objective is that you will send video clips or pictures or handwritten stories even to our Google Drive. Or if it's just something you want me to read, you know, maybe there's a story you want me to read if you don't want to be on camera or you don't want your voice to be a part of the video. And I'm happy to read any Christmas stories or memories or things that are special to you that you'd like to share. But if you just check out the pinned comment here, that's one place where you can find the folder, the address for the folder where you'll upload material. And then all of that information is also in the description for the video. So check that out. Please consider being a part of the collaboration. I'd love to have a nice group of folks represented here so we can just sort of virtually share the holiday experience with each other through YouTube. One of the best parts of YouTube is just opportunities for things like that. But without further ado now, I am going to bring up my next guest. This is Nancy from Our Treasured Home. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Tell me geographically, where are you?
Columbus, Ohio.
So what's the weather doing there today?
It is 73 and it's windy. We're under a wind advisory.
Oh, wow. So maybe it's this same storm that's just making it windy in lots of places.
Yeah, it's the same storm. The rain and everything won't get here till tomorrow.
Okay.
But the wind is really picking up.
Yeah, it was howling here earlier. Like I got kind of nervous because, again, they'd already told us there was a possibility of tornado outbreaks. And I start hearing this howling sound, but it was just the wind howling around, corners of the house and stuff. But growing up here in Texas, we always have to be mindful of strange noises coming out of the sky. So thanks for agreeing to be on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have you here. And I'll go through a lot of the same questions with you that I went through with Jen, just because I think it gives people just a nice little taste of who you are and what your channel is about and what you want to do with it. And so the first question is, what motivated you to start a YouTube channel?
Oh, Anastasia, my granddaughter, that she's in the video with me, she was born with an allergy. So we had to learn to cook totally different with everything. And I always have a glare on my glasses. I try to make it off. So we started with in 2013 when she was born. She immediately we knew because she couldn't keep anything down. They switched her to a dairy-free formula. So we started cooking with dairy-free stuff and everything. And so I wanted to teach people how that you can still have lasagna without the regular cheese. Your favorite food, spaghetti, chili, all kinds of things. Even your desserts. Pumpkin pie is one of them that we can make dairy free. So that's what motivated me to start the channel. And then let's see, that was in 2018. But the year before, I got bit by a tick and did not connect the two together of having a reaction from the tick bite until last summer. And I just knew that every time I ate red meat or something other, my hands, I would just have a reaction. And it did get to a point to where if I ate like hamburgers or pork or something other, that I would have to take a Benadryl because I was getting short of breath, like having a reaction when you think of food allergies. So I expanded the channel with cooking for people. It's called Alpha Gale, ALPHA-GAL. And with that, you can't have cow, beef, pork, deer, anything that has hooves, you can't have it. But chicken, turkey, any fowl. Um, Someone asked me about rabbit. I don't know about rabbit. That's something I would have to really test to see. But I have videos about what happened with my hands from, not realizing that don't eat that roast, don't eat the hamburger or anything like that. And it got to a point that my hands, I can show you now, they cleared up and healed, but they were split right here in between the bends, and my hands were split here and here. And for like months, I had my hands wrapped in ace bandage wrap so that they wouldn't. I was afraid my hands were going to fall apart. So they
No.
healed. And I was like, something's gotta give. And it's like one day in the kitchen, the Lord just like tapping on the shoulder saying, there's your issue. We had roast and then we had hamburgers. And it was just like he just put that bell and said, there's your issue. Stop eating it. So I did a Daniel fast for 30 days and my hands healed up.
Wow.
Well, people don't know about that either. So we're just going to combine that together and, teach people. This is, if you have this problem or dairy or any kind of like food allergy, you can eat this way. There's other substitutes. And I told my son and daughter-in-law the best thing that came out of, one of the best things that came out of the last couple of years is that a lot of companies realize that there are a lot of people that have food allergies. And all these, the dairy-free, the peanut-free, the soy-free products that have come out, and they have made them even better. So I was like, I think, we keep letting people know that this is out there. It's not like the old days. We thought people were weird because they wouldn't eat the same thing as we would, but we didn't know because nobody talked about it. Now we have ways to talk about it and get that information out.
I'm just thankful you found out. I
I
can't
am too.
imagine. I mean, it's one thing if you just, I don't know, get an upset stomach but oh my gosh, to just start feeling like things are falling apart, that I just think that would be terrifying to not know what was happening. I'm so glad you figured that out.
I am too, because I've cried many a night, so sitting there and Lord, what is going on with my hands? And I just felt like there was no answer. Then all of a sudden, there's the answer.
Yeah.
And this was the lotion that I had to use, and that's like $12, $15 for that bottle.
Yeah.
But it was the only thing. And Patty Rose from Patty Rose Life Happens, she told me about that, and she goes, get that, and because it's what's in it helps like your skin heal.
Okay.
And I would put that out on at night and put white gloves, cotton white gloves on, so I could sleep without, because what it starts with the itching. And when you start itching, it's like, oh my goodness, something's going
Yeah.
on. And then it, like little white blisters, but they're clear, and it would just be all over my hands. And then when they would pop, but they would dry up and crack, and it's like, oh my goodness. But then when they were trying to heal, it's all rough, and you can't rub your hands against anything. So
Oh
I
my
got
gosh.
those white gloves.
Oh my gosh.
Got those white gloves to put on so I could do things. I mean, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't wash the dishes. I couldn't, I used rubber gloves to take a shower because everything and anything hurt my hands. So it's taken since the August of this year.
Okay.
I'm thinking 21. August of this year, my hands are finally healed.
Wow.
And I was like,
Hallelujah for that then.
amen. Because
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, something's going to
Oh my
happen.
goodness.
I
Yeah.
don't want to lose my hands.
We have people in the chat telling you hello. I wanted to say hi to Papa's Kitchen. Hi, Chuck and Belinda. I did a type of hi there to Chuck, but in case you didn't see it, I wanted to say it as well. How old is your granddaughter?
She had her birthday yesterday. She is 9 years old.
Okay. It goes so much faster, doesn't it? Just
Yes, it does. I'm just like, but we had the best time together.
Uh-huh.
We all live together. I take care of her because her mom and dad works. So, but then we share a bedroom. So we have the best time because she's just always making me laugh. If you watch the videos, I'm trying to do a video, and then she'll come whisper something in my ear, or she'll go, "Excuse me," and then she'll say something, and I'm just like, and I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, we'll
Oh,
try to do a video.
it's
Can we get
precious.
through it? That's what I'm thinking. But I'm just like, you know what? This is something she's going to remember the rest of her life
It's
is
precious.
us doing that. And now that she does have a channel, she's had a channel, and now we're just finally posting videos to her channel and shorts and everything. And one of the shorts did better on her channel than it did mine.
Oh, how about
It
that?
was the one that remixed. I made a salad, one for her and one for me. And like hers all cut up and mixed up. She just likes it. She had cabbage, she had carrots and mushrooms, and she likes it all separate so she can dip it in the dressing. You know, me, I like my salad all mixed up.
Uh-huh.
I posted on hers first. She got over 1,000 views on that video. Mine only got 400 and some.
There's a good little competition going on then. That's
Oh
good.
yes.
That's fun. So regarding the videos on your channel, what video do you have a favorite video, or is there a video you're most proud of on your channel?
Um, I was sitting there thinking about that. I think the wonton, and this is a current one, the wonton soup, because I love wonton soup, and we get Chinese, a couple times a month, and every time I would eat it, I was like, and we get wonton soup comes with it, and I wasn't thinking that it had pork in that
Oh,
wonton, and I was like, the next day. Now, it used to be my hands would itch really like immediately. This would be the next day. And I'm like thinking, what in the world did I eat? I didn't have anything. And it dawned on me the wonton
oh,
soup.
wow.
So I sat there and I was like, I want to see if I can make it myself. And that's why I did a video because I was like, I might as well video so I can show everybody else. It's easy to do. Make your little meatballs, however, whether you use turkey or ground chicken or regular hamburger to get the wonton packets and made the soup. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I'm like, I've
Good.
more.
Good. No, this is great. Instead of just, you know, lamenting that you can't have something, you're coming up with ways to still enjoy it, but it not cause you trouble. That's
Exactly.
amazing. That's amazing. That is something to be proud of. Um, what is something that you always keep in the back of your mind when you're thinking of a video idea? What is something you always try to remember to help you decide what kind of videos to do?
To write it down.
Oh,
I was go through. I was like, be in the video. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Then I forget to write it down. I forget to go back and look at my video. And even when I'm editing or putting the little cartoon things or whatever I do in there, I still forget. I'm like, I need to get better organized a little bit better and write it down.
oh, good. I'm gonna have to start using that one then. What is something you would most like for your subscribers to know about you?
Um, that I'm disabled, and I try not to let that. I try not to let that bring me down. I try not to be the theme of my channel because even though my ability has keeps declining every so often, I'm just like I've got to keep going. If I don't keep moving, keep going forward, nothing's going to happen. And I'm just like, and that's why I do the Bible time with me also. I was like, God's got a plan for this, and I don't know what his plan is, but he's told this is what I feel like he's called me to do. And I was like, just keep on going and keep going forward.
I love it. What an inspiration that is. I love that. And hello, Byron at 12 Stones Ranch. How are you? Um, what's your favorite thing about YouTube?
Meeting everybody.
Okay. And
I like
have you met very many of the channel people that you know? Have you met very many of them in person?
not in person. I just through YouTube. I would love to sit there and one day and just travel across the country and meet everybody in person.
Wouldn't that be a fun
Uh,
trip?
and because I could, we could try to go to the meetups, but I think, traveling to each person that, home and just take a video with them and then keep on going.
Wouldn't that be fun? Oh,
I
that would
told
be
my,
fun.
I told my family, I said, I know somebody in every single state.
Wow.
I know there's somebody in every single state. I said, I believe it. My dad used to tell me that. He goes, you know what? I'm like, what? He goes, you've never met a person that you didn't like or something like that. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you talk to everybody.
So you're perfect for YouTube. You're perfect for YouTube. And I know a lot of these there's a lot of these homesteading channels even that are in other countries. So,
Yeah.
Gosh, it could be a world trip for somebody that could make it happen. Where would you like to see yourself and the channel in the coming years?
In the coming years, I would love for my channel to grow to where that, because I live on unlimited income. And so once my bills are paid, it's like I have no money. So I would like to grow to earn some money, but also I want to grow to where um, I want to offer things to people. Like I don't know if you know Double Dog, Eddie and Gary and them.
Uh-huh.
He has a video about membership,
Uh-huh.
and that inspired me because what he offered. And I was like, I took my notebook and I wrote down 4 levels and what I would offer each of those levels.
Good.
And I'm like, like the top level, as far as I am right now, the top level would be, offering at one cooking, or if they need a, you know, 30 minutes of cooking time or Bible study time,
Uh-huh.
or, something along that line. And I was like, I have another video when I was 13, the Lord led me to be a missionary. Life happens and other things happen. I was like, as I was watching a church service, I was like, what did the Lord want you to do? And I was like, well, what do I have? And what do you have? I'm like, well, I've got this and I got the phone. He goes, well, there you go. There's your missionary field. You want to be in
Sweet.
the missions? You got it.
Sweet.
I really felt this is what the Lord is,
Yeah, this is a great way to reach people and teach people and minister to people for sure.
exactly.
And Adam says you can go around and see him anytime for a cup of tea. He's over in the United Kingdom.
Sweet. I would love. Right. My ancestors are from there, so I would like to go over there
Yeah,
once.
maybe you guys are related. You just don't know
You
it.
never know.
Do you have any projects, any channel projects in the works right now?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to pick up my Bible study again with Proverbs, but I wrote a book, and I've had 2 people to review it. And I wrote this book a couple years ago. And they say, Nancy, you just need to do another thing, name it something, and read a chapter a day. They loved it. And I was like, it's actual my life, but I've got to change the names a little bit.
Sweet.
Happen. So there are some things that are in the works.
Okay, fun. And are you going to be a part of any of the collabs coming up for the Christmas, the cookie collab or the noodle collab or?
Now, I didn't do the noodle collab because I don't know if we could still email Kettle Kitchen and get in on that. But
I think the schedule is set already. So
yeah, see, I think the schedule is set already because I was looking at that and he was on which date.
yeah,
I'm trying to find the cookie collab. I'm like, I cannot find it at all. I've gone to people's channels and clicked on the hashtag and it brings up something totally different. And I was like,
well,
how
I
can
know
that be?
Ashley at CNC Farm. I don't know if this is the same cookie collab, but she was going to do a cookie collab. So you might check her channel. Even if you missed out on another cookie collab, I think she's got one that she's going to do. So
Answer Dr. Lund's question. Yes, that is works. Like I said, I need to get a little bit more. I say organized. I have all the recipes over here. I've got them all on my Instagram. I have them on my YouTube. I just got to gather them together. And that is something I've been trying to work on, a dairy-free cookbook for the last couple of years. And then in my hands, I mean, I couldn't even hold a pencil or pen to write. I couldn't type on the computer or anything. So now that my hands are healed up this way, I'm working towards that goal. But I have a lot of other things that are going on, so I'm going to end up having carpal tunnel syndrome, carpal tunnel surgery on both my hands. So one step at a time.
Oh, right. You just need a secretary then to do all the writing and the typing. There's a dream for the channel, right? Are you on any other social media?
Instagram and Facebook. I used to do a lot of Instagram because I couldn't get on do the videos with my hands. So Instagram, I was posting. It was easy. Picture, post,
right,
and you going. But yeah, I do have a lot of things on Instagram. I have my Facebook. I really don't do a lot with Facebook. It's more of messaging people, because I do a show every Thursday with Robin at Garden Mountain Mama Homestead. So she messages me back and forth with Facebook. I do have a Twitter, but
yeah, see, we're not using it.
I post my videos on Twitter. I really don't.
Any of us have Twitter, right?
I've always had Twitter, but I never saw the purpose of it. So
yeah, I guess when I first got a Twitter, like I know, like a lot of the police departments and stuff will have Twitters, and so sometimes if there's something going on, you can get on Twitter and see, like I'll hear sirens or whatever, and it seems like I used to be able to get on Twitter and I could look at the South Lake Police Department and they would say, a truck hit a telephone pole at the intersection of whatever, and then I would know what was going on. But there's so much that I don't like about it that I just stopped spending time there. So Dawn Ray B is in the chat. Welcome, Dawn Ray B. Do you consider oh, go ahead.
I was TikTok. I have looked at it, but like you said, it's like I'm always doing shorts or whatever. I'm just like, but that's just too much. If I get overload, and this has just happened, in the last 10, 15 years, though, if I'm overloaded, my brain just like shuts down. It's like, nope, you're not doing nothing today.
Yeah. And so do you think TikTok, though, is going to be around as long as YouTube?
I don't know. I mean, that's from overseas, so who knows?
Yeah. I'm wondering if maybe younger people, maybe it'll be a big thing more for younger people.
Oh, yeah.
It just, I have not even looked at it. I just haven't been interested in it at all. And I don't want more work either. I don't want to have to be creating and uploading things more places than I'm already doing it. So
exactly.
Do you consider yourself more artistic or more analytical?
Artistic.
Okay. Are you musically inclined at all? Do you play instruments or sing or?
Play the piano. I took lessons from when I was 8 years old till I was 18 through high school and everything. I haven't played in so long but I still can read music. So I could, if we had a keyboard, I could play, but we don't have a keyboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that used to be good therapy for me when I would make time to play, but life just got so busy that it wasn't even as fun anymore, because then I felt like there's something else I should have been doing instead of just sitting and playing the piano.
Oh, so, exactly. My mom's mom, my grandma, we called her Granny. She would come over on Saturdays and clean and everything when my mom worked at a grocery store. and they would get me to play the piano, and my sisters would go, "She needs the help." My grandma goes, "No, no, no, just let keep playing, let keep playing."
It's good for you. So same question about you're going to be stranded on an island. What 3 things are you going to want to have with you on the island?
Oh, let's see here. I'll agree with Jen. My Bible. I have my Bible with me. I guess I would say my family,
Oh,
because
nice.
then together we could be, building things and making things. And then, now that depends if the island has food or not. If the
Right.
island doesn't have food, then we would, I would say have watermelon with us, because you could take the
Oh,
seeds from the watermelons to keep growing. The
yeah.
watermelon,
Oh, yeah. And that keeps you hydrated too.
definitely.
I always think if I'm stranded somewhere, I gotta have chapstick. I'm so hooked on chapstick. I can't go any place without my chapstick. So there's like chapsticks. There's a chapstick right here by the computer. There's a chapstick in the corner of the couch. So if I'm on the couch, I got a chapstick right there. Oh yeah. All right, my kindred spirit. The little nightstand right beside the bed, there's a chapstick. So in the night, even I just reach over without even turning on the light and reach in there and get my chapstick. I
Yes.
don't know what it is about chapstick, but when I've thought about that question of being on an island, I just think, oh my goodness, I just would be miserable if I didn't have my chapstick. So that's
Oh
all
yeah,
I know for
definitely.
sure I would want to have. So or I would have to learn how to make my own chapstick out of something. I guess if it came down to it, I'd just have to learn how to make my chapstick right there on the island.
Jen says she
Um,
changed that. She changed it to a fishing net.
Oh, that's smart. See, that's the
Definitely.
practical. There's the analytical side of you coming out there, Jen, now. So, what is the first thing you notice when you meet someone for the first time? What's the first thing you notice about them?
Their eyes, their face.
Okay. And have you always been like that?
I've always been that way.
Okay.
The way they talk. I guess it was the way my dad was in the army. So of course, by the time I was born, he was in the Korean War, so he was already out and everything. But he always taught me, when you know a person by how they shake your hand.
Uh huh.
And a firm handshake means something, and a weak handshake means something else.
Uh huh.
So I was like, okay, so I always grew up, and that's what he taught. You know, to look at people in their face, and then you can kind of tell whether they're happy or what's going on. I think I always look at body language, but I've always been that way. Look at
So,
somebody, because that's what I was taught.
so
Looking.
is it a challenge then to meet a lot of people on YouTube? Do you feel like it's harder to see that? Is it harder, or do you feel like you can still make some of the same connections even just seeing them on the video or on a live stream?
Oh, I still make the same connections on
Okay.
live stream. I
We
have
just
no
can't shake
problem.
hands. We just can't shake hands. Hello, Nicole. How are you? Thanks for being
I'm
here
a
today.
cold chafe.
Um, let's see. When you're not working on your YouTube channel, what are you doing?
Crocheting.
Okay.
Um, I do crochet because they said that it was supposed to help carpal tunnel. It don't help my carpal tunnel, but I love doing it. I
Oh.
taught myself how to do it.
Oh.
So I do crochet. I do cross stitch. I would like to learn how to knit, and then I got into the latest thing I got into was candle making, and Anastasia and I love it. And I was like, here's something I've been wanting to do it, candles, for a while, and I kept saying no. Everybody's doing candles, because I have an Etsy store. And I was like, no, everybody's doing candles. Just do something else besides what everybody's doing. So a couple of weeks ago, after going to hospital for one of my tests. I had to go to. We went to Hobby Lobby. I was like, you know what? Come on, we're gonna pick something out. So we got the wax, and then we got the small ones. Cause I was like, let me try the small ones just to see. Cause I got some different essential oils. They're like the holiday scents, like
Oh
peppermint,
yeah.
gingerbread, and
Oh
pumpkin,
yeah.
hot chocolate. So we're
Yeah.
gonna make some and see what. I love it. I was like, okay, Lord, because he had been nudging. I felt like he was nudging me. You need to start doing this. Do the candles. Every time I turn around, it's like right there in my face. And I was like, okay, to do something, just do it.
Uh-huh.
And
And
just do it.
and YouTube gives you a great opportunity if it's something that you end up enjoying and you can work on it enough, you can have a store and sell that kind of stuff. Well, you said you've already got
Exactly.
an Etsy store, right?
Yes,
So
I do
you
have
can
an
add
Etsy
that
store.
kind of stuff to your Etsy store.
Yes.
So there's lots of ways to make money, on YouTube, even if it's not that YouTube is paying you the money.
Exactly. So, and then another channel that I followed was Gail's Southern Living,
Huh?
and I did her collab with the Fall Fest 22 and made so many new friends
Huh?
and everything, and other craft channels. And Melody Maid, she's been doing helping people learn about YouTube and everything. And it's how some people are just like they have that. I think there's personality or their voice that just inspires you to get out there and do something.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, okay, I need to get back to doing the stuff that I used to do. I've made jewelry that's on my Etsy store and everything. So I just like need to buy things to make it look better, I guess you would say, or represent or show it better. So I'm working on that. And I'm just like, yeah, Anastasia is not going to be little that much longer, and then she'll be out wanting to go with her friends or do other things and everything. Then
Uh-huh.
what am I going to be doing? I need to.
So I don't usually shop on Etsy, but what's your shop name?
The same name as the channel,
Okay. Let's
Our
see if I can
Treasure
find a
Home.
link. I'm gonna see if I can find a link we can share for your Etsy store.
It should be in my about page. Should be the links for my. Let's see, my Facebook link. I have a Facebook craft one that I really haven't done anything with. I just posted what I've already posted on my Etsy store.
Okay. Yeah. Or if somebody is more familiar with Etsy than I am and knows how to find that store, I'd love to put that link up because when I type it in, it's just showing me a whole bunch of products. So I'm trying to see how I find an Etsy shop.
Yeah, I had Teespring, but Teespring just doesn't work for me anymore because they won't change my name. And I've talked to customer service and about like my name's not Ash's Treasure anymore. Can we change it? And they go, no, once it's that name, you can't change it. And
Oh.
I'm just like, so I'm trying Bonfire, but I'm just like, Bonfire is kind of stuff.
All right. There's Jesse doing the magic that he does. He's got
The
the link
best
up for your
godfather
Etsy
around.
shop. Yes, he can find anything. He can find anything. I have seen him post like a question will come up about something that happened in history, and nobody knows a lot about it or has never heard of it. And Jesse will post these like educational things in the chat so that we all learn about whatever this thing is. So thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I shouldn't even have just said if somebody else knows. I should have just said, hey, Jesse, will you get her Etsy link for us? Because I should have known you could find it. That's awesome. So y'all check out her Etsy shop too. And I will be watching for candles to be there at some point. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Did you used to work outside your home?
Yes. Up to 2009, I was a single parent from 98 on. I was a single parent. So there was times I worked 2-3 jobs.
Oh, wow.
And then we moved to Missouri, in 2009, and I was working for Papa John's, and I slept on the sidewalk, and that did me in. I was like, that was the fourth slip and fall, and it's just like
Oh,
the doctor looked at me. He goes, "You'll never work again,
oh,
not physically work, because." And my son and I were talking. I was like, "Well, the last um, disability doctor I went to, he looked at me. He said, within 10 years, you'll be in a wheelchair." And you know how you deny things. And it's like the Lord is like, you've got to stop denying about your health and go see what's going on. So that's what I've been doing.
so how many children do you have?
I actually have two sons. My oldest son has a lot of, we went through domestic violence, and he blames me a lot for it. So he has a lot of issues. So we don't talk to him no more. And I was pregnant 4 times, had 2 miscarriages and 2 births.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then
So
you just have one granddaughter?
just the one granddaughter.
Hey, isn't she lucky?
She's old.
She's lucky is what she is. That's not spoiled. She's just lucky.
No, she is loved like you wouldn't believe. In
That's precious.
October of 2013, her mom and I and somebody else was in a car accident, and it was really bad because it wasn't a head-on collision. The girl pulled out in front of us, and I couldn't stop in time, so we just T-boned her, and
Oh,
we hit
no.
her so hard. We hit her, bounced off, hit her again, and spun her around.
Oh, no.
And yeah, my daughter-in-law has they were taking more of the baby and not her, but she has her left shoulder still messed up.
Oh,
And every once in a while, she'll sit there and it's just like, because you can see.
yeah.
And but the only thing that came out with about Anastasia was the dairy allergy.
Okay.
And my daughter-in-law had a cyst on her ovary that we didn't know about. So as Anastasia grew, the cyst grew. And 2 weeks after Anastasia was born, they had to take it out, and it was big as a bowling
Oh,
ball.
wow.
So they took a picture
Wow.
of it, and was just very blessed that it wasn't, it had no cancer in it whatsoever at all, and it didn't burst. Didn't do anything, but it made her look like she was going to have twins.
Oh, wow.
We would joke with her. I said, "No, there's triplets in there. They just can't see them."
Oh, no. So back to your channel. If there was or is there another YouTuber or another channel out there that you would love to do a collaboration with, like love to make a video with, if you could pick anybody?
Everybody.
Oh, that'd be a fun video, wouldn't it? That would be a fun video.
Um, if I don't know, because there's so many out there, and I just like probably, there's people I've already done collabs with. So, but if there's like a big YouTuber out there, it would probably be like the big, I guess a cooking one would
Uh-huh.
be fun to do something with.
Uh-huh.
Let me think. If I have to go look, I really can't think of anybody else.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Are you a big reader? Do you like to read?
I do like to read. I don't read as fast as I used to. It takes me longer to read another. But yes, I am an avid reader.
Do you have a favorite author or a favorite book?
Oh, yes.
Is that a good question? Was that a good
Yes,
question?
it is. So my current books I'm reading this one, The Power of Right Believing,
Okay.
Joseph Prince. Your Greater is Coming by Joel Osteen. But my all-time favorite, and I am so thankful for this, my son and daughter-in-law got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
complete.
So, and y'all, like, I did not tell her ahead of time that I was going to ask her that question. So, she must love those books if she really did have them right there by her right now when I asked the question. So, When's your birthday? What month and day of the month?
March 28th.
Okay, my oldest son's birthday is March 28th.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, he was due April 26th, but none of my kids wanted to wait. They were all in a hurry to get out, so they were all early. And do you like editing? Do you like editing videos?
I do and I don't. Sometimes I just want to get it up. But I do like adding the little things in there, and because sometimes I don't know what happened, because last September, I went to bed, I was fine, and I woke up and my jaw is offline. So my son thought maybe he had a stroke. I was like, I don't know. Because sometimes I slur my words, sometimes they don't come out right, or like I said, I can look at it, say it, I know what it's supposed to say, and it's not right. So that part I do like, so I can put in there what I'm actually saying if somebody doesn't understand
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I laugh and I giggle a lot, and I always laugh and giggle when I talk. And my mom used to get after me all the time, and I would tell, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, take it up with him.
No, I think it makes the videos really sweet. And hi, Mountain Mama. I'm gonna butcher that first part of your channel name if I try to say it. I don't know if you can phonetically spell that out for me, or is that someone you know, Nancy?
Mountain Mama, I met her through Lisa at Yogi Hollow Farm.
Okay, I just don't know.
And Robin, Mountain Mama is Robin, who I've been doing videos together.
Okay, sweet. Yes, I knew you'd said something about Mountain Mama earlier, and I didn't know if this was the same person or not. Do you consider yourself more of an introvert or an extrovert?
Both.
Okay, just depends on who you're with and what you're doing.
It just depends on the day and what I feel like.
Okay.
Because I have fibromyalgia also, and I'm being tested for MS, because I think I've had that for a long time. So it just depends on the day. If I'm just having one of those days, I just don't want to be around anybody. But then I'm like, life has to keep going anyway, and then I'll usually just take a nap, and then I'm better. And it's like today, I should take a nap because I don't sleep well at nighttime because of my back. And I'm just like, I should have took a nap, but I'm okay. Those little 5-minute cat naps help.
Okay. Katahdin is
Katahdin. There you go.
Katahdin Mountain. Well, good to have you. And thank you for the little reminder about the like button too. Let's see. What else can I ask you? Were you born in Ohio?
No, I am originally from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. And so how long have you been in Ohio?
Since 2013. Okay. May of 2013, we moved here. And then Anastasia was born November of 2013.
Okay.
On the 3rd. Yesterday was like, wow, she's just getting there.
Do you have any pets?
No, we used to, but we don't anymore because we rent. So we just don't feel like paying the deposit, the extra money. And we don't have no room.
Okay. Do you have a garden?
I have a container garden, but I didn't do anything last year with it because my back I have also 7 herniated discs, and then the lower part of my back just locked up completely in the last year and a half, to where I was in the bed and couldn't move. And I was just like, no, this year there's nothing to garden.
Yeah, but container gardening, that's still fun. You can still do a lot with container gardens.
No, the year before, in 2021, it did really well. It did really well and everything, but like this year, I was like, I can just see it now. It gives out too much. I'm just like, I could take a step and I'm grabbing onto something. I did do a video a couple of nights ago. I put on there about how I'm walking at the end of the day. I can't help it. I told a friend, I told Jamie, Devil Dog's Keeper. That's like I told her, I said, if y'all ever want to think of how I'm walking at the end of the night, by 2, 3, 5 o'clock at night, Carol Burnett show. Tim Conway doing the little old man. He showed up like this with the little cane. That is me at the end of the night.
Oh no.
She got to laughing.
Oh
I told my
no.
doctor that. He goes, it was a couple months ago. I went to go see him to see what, get this process going. And I told him, I said, at the end, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon on, if you ever seen the Carol Burnett show and Tim Conway doing the little old man, he goes, yeah. I said, think of me every time you see that because that's how I am.
That's classic. Yeah. So look, here's Jessie now giving us some interesting information about things related to Katahdin. So I get an education too by having him in my chats.
Yes, indeed.
I'm telling you, he knows more than most people, and if he doesn't know it, he can find it. He knows where to find it.
Exactly.
So that's awesome. So I have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite Bible verse, or a couple of favorite Bible verses?
My favorite Bible verse is Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you, unto you. And then the next one is in Matthew chapter 7 and Luke chapter 5, when he tells you to ask, seek, and knock. And if you keep doing those things, you're going to find what you're looking for.
Very nice. Very nice. And then I had one other one. What else was I going to ask you? Let me look at my little list here. Do you have any questions? And if you guys have questions for Nancy in the chat, put your questions there and we'll pick her brain together here. Oh, what's the best piece of advice you ever got?
The best piece of advice I ever got was from my mom's sister, my aunt. And because it was something I wanted to do and I didn't ask my mom yet to do it. And she goes, well, how you know she's going to say no? I said, I just know. She goes, you'll never know unless you ask. And I was like, that's always stuck with me. It's like, you never know if the answer is going to be yes or no, or someone may say maybe, or what's going on unless you ask. You need to ask.
Nice. All right. So we're waiting to see if anyone has questions for you. Do you have any questions, Nancy? You got questions for any of the channels in the chat? You got any questions for me?
Now, how long have y'all been having a ranch?
We moved here in February of 2013. So coming up on 10 years.
Awesome.
And when we first moved here, we just had 3 cats. Since we didn't have a lot of land, we didn't have a lot of animals yet. I grew up with German Shepherd dogs, but I had lived in an apartment and wasn't going to have a German Shepherd dog in an apartment. So the first thing we did, so again, we brought the 3 cats. We already had the 3 cats, but we had been here maybe 5 weeks, and I went and we adopted our first German Shepherd dog from the pound up in Allen, Texas. And I saw his picture online, and I just already knew. As soon as I saw his picture, I thought, oh my goodness, that's the dog. And I had looked through like 100 German Shepherd dogs. I still don't know how to tell you what it was about seeing his picture. And that was a pretty good drive. I mean, that's probably like an hour and a half drive to go up and see him. But I was at like Pet Finder, one of those big sites where it's just all kinds of rescues and shelters. And I just typed in German Shepherd dog because I grew up with German Shepherd dogs. And so we went up and I met him. And like as soon as I got to the cage where they had him and looked through the cage, and he looked at me and our eyes met. And I thought, oh, I could have just told him to, bring him to me. I didn't even have to meet him first. And he was just my once in a lifetime dog. Again, I grew up with German Shepherds. I love them. Have just nothing but wonderful memories of all the dogs I had growing up. But Cooper was my once in a lifetime German Shepherd dog. So he left us in March this year. He crossed over in March.
Oh my goodness.
But he was He
They
was
said
my
the
partner.
animal picks the owner, not
Oh
the owner picks
yeah.
the
Oh
animal.
yeah. And he just really spoke to me. His eyes spoke to me, and he was my partner. He helped take care of all the animals here with me, and you know, taught me a lot about myself even. He just was
Exactly.
just the best dog I've ever had. So uh and then from there, so we got him. Our youngest son had just recently gotten out of the Marine Corps, and I think he may have been living with his dad for a while for whatever reason. Then he came to live with us, and he brought his dog. He still has her, his emotional support dog, a little pit bull girl, and so
Oh
she moved
yeah.
in. In fact, she was already here. So Gerald and Zoe were already here when we went and got Cooper from the shelter. She's also just the best dog. She taught so many of our little foster dogs, how to be good dogs inside the house. She taught Cooper
Oh,
how to be a good dog inside the house, and so he still got her. She is 12 years old. She turned 12
oh my
years old a
goodness.
couple of months ago. Uh, but she's still doing well, and we still babysit from time to time. But he bought a house, so he's had his own place to live for a long time. But uh, anyway, so we had the 2 dogs and the 3 cats, and we started fostering that first summer that we lived here. So a lot of dogs. I think
Right.
we found homes for about 36 dogs.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and then 2 of the dogs that we foster failed with them, which just means that instead of adopting them out to a family, we fell in love with them and we adopted them and they stayed in our family. So best kind of thing is to foster fail. Hey, Joe and Sue at the Bud Files, good to have you here today. And then in September of 2013, so we'd been here 6 or 7 months, we got our first horse. And then we got a
Ooh.
companion horse for him in December that same year. And she crossed over in August of 2016. She was really a very, very old girl.
Oh
She was
good.
still pretty healthy when we got her. Everybody's been a rescue, all the animals except for the first ducks that we started our flock with and the first 2 geese. We bought them to start our flock.
Okay.
But the dogs and the cats, the horses, we've got a turtle, a big red-eared slider turtle. They're all rescue animals. And I keep saying if we had more land, I would probably want more animals. But I'm sure Richard is glad we don't have more land. It would mean more animals.
Well, I feel like the Lord puts in ours, and in us, what He gives us different gifts and everything, but also what He wants us to do in life. And when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a cop, firefighter, or EMT. And so I did security, I did the EMS, and he's like, well, I let you do the things that you wanted to do. And but at 13, I really felt like that's what he was calling me to do, was be a missionary. And but like I said, things happened and I got married and that didn't work out, and other things in life. And I was like, it was Elevation Church and Stephen Furtick. And it was like, the Lord's like, go back to your first love. And then what do you have that you have, what that you can use? And I had that in a video and I was like, well, I guess really the first love was, first it was a farm. And I was like, no, then it was like, well, I wanted to be a cop, firefighter, EMT, done that. I was like, no, no, you know what you wanted to do. You wanted to be a missionary.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh Lord, I can't physically go anywhere. And he said, well, no, you got right there in your hands. What you got in your hands? Use
Yeah.
what's in your hands.
Oh yeah.
The phone, the computer, the
Oh
internet
yeah.
now. I was
You
like,
can reach
okay.
so many people so fast that way.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I was straightened up. Right here in front of me is a bookshelf and everything that we have books on and DVDs and everything. I was like, well, what about material? And I was like, I shouldn't even ask that question. I was like, I know better, Lord, I know. And I
Oh,
was like, so put in front of me what needed to start with first, and then I have, it's all up on the shelf, the other DVDs and books and everything. It's like, okay, here we go.
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of junk out there that I don't understand how it appeals to so many people, but I think we all have a great opportunity to just make a positive difference for anybody we interact with through what we share here. And I appreciate you for what you share. And I
Oh,
appreciate you for agreeing to be on the show.
oh, I love it.
That's a treat
Like,
for me.
there's so much. That's why we try to be as positive because, like you said, there's too much negative, and I was like, I can't go that road anymore.
Yeah.
And then with Anastasia, she's just like, she doesn't like being sad. She doesn't like sad things. She doesn't like negative things. And I guess that's just because the way I am. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's just the way the Lord made her. And it's just
Well,
like, she
then
is.
what a blessing to all of us. That she's a blessing to all of us then.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, everybody, don't comment about me. They comment about her.
Well,
That's
again, though, but if that's what draws people in, then it still
exactly.
brings you eyes and ears to see and hear what it is you have to share. So she's still a blessing to people.
Yes, she is. Her name is
Yeah.
Anastasia Serenity, and it means blessed one.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So,
Very nice. Well, again, if no one has questions in chat, I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. Again, I appreciate you being here, Nancy. I hope you don't get too much in the way of storms and stuff. We've got another band of rain that has started here again, but I'm thankful that the internet didn't decide to get wonky on me because we used to have problems every time the wind would blow. I feel like our internet would go out. So hallelujah that the internet held up for the show today.
amen.
Be blessed. Much love to you from Rich Cat Ranch. I'm going to turn you loose. I'll get my show wrapped up. Check out the little Christmas collaboration video. I'd love for you to send a little video clip or something, or have Anastasia send a little video clip that we can include in it. And I just appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. But see, this is what I'm talking about, tongue-tied. Thank you, and I appreciate you too.
Yeah,
we love everybody. So, and I feel like that's my signature. If y'all ever see it, God bless, stay safe, and love y'all.
Thank you, Nancy. All right. So again, that wraps up another episode of Rich Cat Ranch. Just want to encourage you all to kind of be thinking for yourselves, what does your channel mean to you? What do you want to do with your channel? There's so much good that can be shared. There's so much healing that can be provided to people. And it can often come from places where you might not realize that that's the impact you're having on somebody. But there's always a choice that you can make. And, it's fun to sometimes just do something for the heck of it or because it's special to you. But I just encourage you guys to check out the channels that we interview here, because all of these channels, when I invite them to be on the show, it's because there's something about their channel. There's something that they have given to me that makes a difference for me, that makes a positive difference for me. And I want to share that with y'all. And I know I enjoy learning about the people or the person behind the channel. The videos are fun, and obviously there's a lot you can get from that, but I need connection, and YouTube for me has been a great place to connect, and I feel like I can connect more when I can talk with someone live and learn about who they are beyond the channel and the videos that they create. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. Please check out, again, all of the channels that are on my little spreadsheet. When you meet someone new in the chat, when you're watching, I encourage you to check out their channels. You don't know if you don't look. There may be people and content out there that you might never even have thought to look for. And, fate just brings you together one way or another. I do want to ask again that you guys consider being part of our Christmas collaboration. What I have in my head, the vision I have in my head for it, it's going to be really special, and it's going to be something that anyone who participates, I think, will treasure for a long, long time. So I'd love for all of you to be a part of that. And again, if you have questions about it, you can email me. or if you need some help thinking of something to contribute, I don't mind visiting with you too. And we brainstorm together so that maybe I can give you some ideas on what would be something fun to share. So thanks for being here again today. I will look for you guys next Friday. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Stay warm and dry if you're going to be in the middle of this storm system that's coming through. And be blessed. Love to everyone from RichKatRanch. I'll see you in the next video. After I take myself off the screen, I will leave the chat open for a little while so that if you guys need to wrap some things up or share some information with each other in the chat, you can do that. And I appreciate all of you so very much. All right. See you again soon.